In the past, I've argued that value creation comes from optimizing the full value chain, not isolated initiatives. And across the PE-backed companies that I've worked at, AI is generally showing up in several EBITDA areas. Um, and there are areas where firms are heavily investing, um, and some have good actual performance, others don't. And so my response to that is when I think about the whole company and not in isolated initiatives, I work a lot with service-oriented organizations where you really can't untie sales from operations, right? And so when there's those topics, you have to tightly connect them together. So imagine getting a new lead, a new qualified lead. Can you actually service that lead? Who's going to service that lead? And so when we think about, value creation in our clients, we have to make those ties in the appropriate spots. Not saying that every single activity is tied that directly to, performance and eventually into EBITDA. But when we think about the full company, the full value chain, there are elements in there that we have to think through. And when we think about AI and where folks are investing heavily, I do think that there has been, we had big data one day, then we had data lakes, now we have data platforms, and we have context layers and all these different things. There's still, in my opinion, a belief that there has to be this big data architecture, and which is true. At some point, you need to have all the pipes connected and everything, all that foundation done. But in today's world, I don't believe that all needs to be done at one time. But there are elements that you can tie together, and as long as those foundations are sensical, so to speak, then that's where there's opportunity, and you can create value upfront in the short term while also setting up for the long-term value.